Hello, Exiles, and welcome to part 33 of my Conan Exiles Beginner's Guide and playthrough. Today's episode is all about getting our second companion, Liu Fei. The companion system was added with Age of Heroes Chapter 1 and allows us to get followers in a new way by going on to quests with them to recruit them so they became a loyal and, more important, willing follower. We did the Freya Companion Quest last time, so check that out if you want to see how to get her. So we are over near the city of Zelha, a little southeast of the Palace of the Witch Queen and Dagon's Embrace, this little bay here. So right here is where I'm at. This is a good spot to put the Transportory on, which I recommend you do because you're going to have to get some items over in the desert that have a timer. They expire in like 40 minutes and you'll want to be able to get back over here quickly. Or you can put a map room over here by the N6 obelisk and come back and forth pretty quickly that way. So you head up here once you're in this area. Head up here and you will see a circle tower in this odd plant. Keeps calling to us.
Christ, you are here.
Here's Liu Fei. So, just like in Freya, some of your actions will determine the perks that Liu Fei will get at the end, but the dialogue choices do not affect anything beyond just the flavor of the quest.
Exile, we have little time. Holding this form requires much energy. As you have no doubt surmised, my true form is trapped within the Yothga plant. I am Liu Fei, sorcerer to the Celestial Emperor of Kitai, master of the fire, and sacred defender of the many-petaled throne.
How did you get here?
Complex arcane calculations led me to this strange land. For many long centuries, my circle has watched the skies, staying ever vigilant for an astrological conjunction that would signal the return of a demon of such incalculable appetite. It is destined to swallow the world. Many hours of research and scrying found me here in the Exiled Lands, where I discovered the door that would admit the demon. It is my eternal shame to admit that when I came upon the door, the demon within tricked me. I will forego the humiliating details, but know that the beast lured me into this vegetal prison where I am unable to stop it. I fear it is only a matter of time before it crosses over to begin its ravenous feast.
Can you be free? Perhaps it can hack the plant to bits.
You must not! While I admit that I do not completely understand the plant's infernal anatomy, I know that it is born of a vile seed. A seed that takes purchase within corrupted soil and grows until its blasphemous roots extend all the way back to hell. No, Exile. If you kill the plant, you may well kill me too. We will have to find another way to loosen its grip.
What would you have me do?
Because I am bound to this hell plant, you will have to go forth as my hand. Our first and most important mission is to seal the doorway. Only then can we turn our efforts toward freeing me. I sense that you too are a student of the arcane. The banishing ritual will require blood. Bring me 3 flasks of sacrificial blood.
Okay, so he has set us on our first mission. We need 3 sacrificial blood in a flask. And if you have done sorcery, you know how to get that, no problem. If you haven't done sorcery, he'll actually have a different dialogue where he gives you the basics of how to learn sorcery. And essentially tells you to go to the cave where we learn sorcery. It is over in this area. So there's a cave with undead shellbacks. You go in there, and at the end there'll be an area with corruption, and there's a sorcery bench where you can learn. There's a book. Click on that, and you'll learn sorcery. You then need to go back to your base, install a thaumaturgy bench, the sorcery bench, and upgrade your spellbook to level 1. To do that, you will need a sorcerer spell page, and you get those by killing sorcerers around the map in various locations. And once you've done that, you'll unlock the Sacrificial Stone and use that to drag a knocked out NPC to, and you can harvest the sacrificial blood there. Or alternatively, if you're on single player, you can spawn it in using admin, or if you're on a server, you can talk to another player and get the sacrificial blood, so you don't actually have to do the sorcery. But anyway, once we have it, which we have some in our inventory, come talk to him again.
Exile, we have little time. Holding this form requires much energy. You make your return. Have you the required blood?
I have it, though. I didn't realize this task would be so grim.
The path we travel goes through shadow. You must embrace the darkness and find your strength. And now, I must rest. My powers are nearly exhausted. I will call out to you again when I can.
Okay, so that is the start of the first 8-hour real-world time gate. So you don't have to be logged into the game like on single player. You just need to wait 8 hours and come back. There is an admin command which I'll put on the screen you can use to skip. That is not always working for me, so what you can do is change your PC's clock 8 hours ahead. Easiest is just to move the date 1 day ahead, and then that will get you past the time gate. That may work on PlayStation and Xbox, but I'm not sure. So I will wait out the 8 hours and bring you back. It's the start of day 2, and I waited out the 8 hours, waited at my main, most established base. Liu Fei will reach out to you telepathically, tell you he's ready to talk, which he did do at the base, but I could not find him anywhere. So if that happens, you can't find him after the 8 hours, you can just come back to the Yothga plant. Start everything going again.
We must make haste, Exile. The demon's strength grows.
There is no time to tarry. The blood you acquired is but one of the ingredients required to seal away the demon.
What else must we procure?
The ingredients are powerful and will be difficult to obtain. We will need the eyes of Innocence, the horn of an ancient Rhino, brimstone, and the heart of a hero.
Where can I find the heart of a hero?
Worry not about murder. I would not have you taking hearts from the innocent. not when others have already done the foul work. Travel to the cursed city of giants in the west, and slay the treasure seekers that despoil the ruins there. These desperate men often carry the hearts of heroes as they attempt to even the odds against the sorcerous mysteries of the Giant Kings.
Okay, so that's talking about killing Relic Hunter bosses, and he's specifically telling you can go to the unnamed city. What
The
else
ingredients
is
are
here?
powerful and will be difficult to obtain.
Where can I find the
For
items?
this, you must seek out the youngest of animals, those that have not yet seen the evils of the world. But you must kill them quickly, so they do not see the deed.
What else?
The ingredients are powerful and will
Where can I find a
journey
Rhino horn?
north beyond the unnamed city. There you will find an oasis of twin shimmering pools where the ancient rhinos stopped to water.
Well,
The ingredients are powerful. Brimstone can be found in the dark corners of the land. The sulfur springs in the northwest, just off the shores of the eastern jungle, or in the many caves throughout the desert. The ingredients are powerful and will be difficult to obtain. We will need the eyes of Innocence, the horn of an ancient rhino, brimstone, and the heart of a hero.
so those are the three things. We need a Heart of a Hero from a Relic Hunter boss. We need Eyes of Innocence from a baby animal. We need an Ancient Rhino Horn from a boss King Rhino. And Brimstone from anywhere you can find Brimstone. I'm sure you know where that is. Two of these have expirations on them. The Heart of the Hero lasts 40 minutes. The Eyes of Innocence only lasts 10 minutes. So we already have some Brimstone on me, so we're gonna go get an Ancient Rhino Horn, then the Heart of the Hero, then the Eyes of Innocence. And this is why it helps to have Transportory Stone near this Yothga plant. So the Rhino, you can find him in two places. What Liu Fei was talking about is this oasis over here, near the den, north of the unnamed city. And there's also one over here by the silver mines. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the Transportory Stone back to base, grab my Berserkers, and I'll meet you over here at King Rhino. Alright, we're over here by one of the Rhino Kings in this area, like I said, a little southeast of Seppermaroon and a little northwest of the Silver Mine. Now this guy is notoriously difficult to solo. If you're trying to do that, you can get stuck in his head. So I recommend having at least one Relic Hunter Treasure Seeker with the well-trained stat. I have my two Berserkers, it should not be a problem. And this is the toughest fight in the whole quest. Blindsided. It's not cool enough. I like to shoot the rhino with the arrows and then get stuck in his head. My guys is not attacking. Move him out off those rocks. Wasn't doing anything for some reason. can drop some loot, and then harvest him. You'll get a skeleton key and ancient Rhino horn. This big one that specifically says ancient Rhino horn. So we have the brimstone and the Rhino horn. Now we need the heart of a hero next. And I'm just going to head over here to the silver mine, and I'll meet you over there. Alright, here we are at the silver mine, heading in. And just come in here, there's a bunch of relic hunters on the front, just go right. This little room back here. And you'll see a guy in black armor, silent armor. That is one of the prisoner bombs. They have different names, but just look for the tall guys in black armor near relic hunters. We got the heart of a hero. And a piece of silent legion armor. Cool. So we got the heart of the hero. Now we need the eyes of innocence. So we got 40-minute clock has just started because we picked up that heart of a hero. Now we need the eyes of innocence. I'm gonna go over by my base and kill a shellback baby to get the eyes of innocence, because I can take the Transportory stone right over by Liu Fei within the 10 minutes. If you don't have Transportory stones, you can go to the jungle first after you get the heart of a hero. And you can get a baby panther up here near N6 at the obelisk. There's often one up there. More reliably is at Descent of Dagon. If you enter here from the east, climb up to the top of the structure, and then you'll be on the top of this plateau. And back here, I believe, up top will be a baby panther pretty much every time. So, but let me head over to my base, and I'll go from there. Back near my base, and we're going to do the dirty work of getting some eyes of innocence. Let's kill a baby. Let's kill two just in case. And then use a skinning knife or cleaver. And there we go, we got the eyes of innocence. So that... Ah, they changed it. The Eyes of Innocence now have a 24-hour swirl timer, so yeah. So you don't have to really rush. So you can get those pretty much whenever you want, within a day of turning them in. And so get your Heart of a Hero last, but I'm gonna... Okay, here we are back over near the Yothga plant with all the reagents.
All the ingredients.
Heart, the horn, the eyes, and an ounce of brimstone. It's all here.
Excellent. With these items, the beast's abjuration is almost at hand. I must rest now and gather my strength for what is to come. I will keep hold of the ingredients until the time of the ritual. Heed my call when it comes. And now, I grow weary.
Okay, so that is the start of the next 8-hour time gate, so I will wait that out. Okay, it is the start of day 3. I've waited out the 8-hour time gate. I got his telepathic message at my base again, but I could not find him, so we're back at the Yothga plant to continue.
Please, my time is short.
Oh, now he's blue this time, okay.
What I am to tell you is beyond belief.
I have seen many things beyond belief in the Exiled Lands. Who are you?
I am the true Liu Fei, sorcerer to the Celestial Emperor of Decay, master of the 5 storms, and sacred defender of the many-petaled throne.
The true Liu Fei, huh? Who have I been helping?
You have been tricked. The manifestation you have been toiling for is none other than the beast we both seek to banish.
The demon?
The very same. He was lured to the Yothga plant by the Devourer and locked within the plant's powerful tendrils.
And why should I believe you?
Because our foe is a deceiver from a realm beyond time. With eons to draw its plans, it has foreseen almost every eventuality.
Almost?
Hubris is a failing common among the demonkind. It never occurred to the beast that a mere mortal could possess the depth of willpower to resist the Yothga's entrancement, let alone reach out to you.
A likely story?
Much of what the demon told you is true. I did come to the Exiled Lands to banish it. But I suppose hubris is a failing in man, as well as beast. I was young, but my natural skill for sorcery outstripped that of my mentor, and I was able to do something he could not. Commune with the underworld. When I learned of the demon's existence, I became obsessed with learning all I could about the beast. I broke the trust of my mentor and consulted forbidden scrolls to learn the demon's name. Names are power in the demon world, and when I discovered its true name, I believed in my youthful arrogance that I possessed the will to banish it, after stealing its secrets.
And what is the demon's true name?
I cannot remember. Some malign aspect of the Yothga plant's embrace saps me of my memories.
Convenient. How can I know anything you say is true?
Both wisdom and logic dictate that you cannot know anything I say is true. But my research is another matter. Find it, and learn the beast's true name.
How does learning its name prove anything, you say?
If I were the demon, I would do anything to prevent you from gaining that secret. Knowledge of a fiend's true name grants you power over it. The ritual to subjugate a demon requires that knowledge.
Where is this research?
In my dwelling, within a spire atop the Celestial Plaza. Read my research, learn the ritual, and do not forget its name.
Okay, goodbye. Alright, so he's put us on our next task. We need to find the demon's name by searching his little shack he has hidden in the city of Zelha. Now this is going forward. There is a decision point that will determine a perk for Liu Fei. If you use sorcery at all, or even just start casting, you will get the Legacy of Corruption. Liu Fei will corrupt you and anyone around you. When you attack, you give your target the corruption and it heals you. Okay, if you don't use sorcery, you get Corrupting Curse. Liu Fei's attacks may curse. It puts a damage over time on enemies and drains corruption in an area of effect. I'm going to go for Corrupting Curse because I would rather do the enemies and not have to deal with getting corruption. Getting the corruption perk is more of a, if you're using a corrupt build and you want to just maintain your corruption. Alright, so I'll meet you over where we can find the nodes. Okay, we are over here at the west entrance, the main entrance to the city of Zelha. And up on the spire, you can barely see it right there, is some light shining through. So we need to climb up there. Or if you want to use sorcery to get that perk, and you have the Call of Nargle, you can use that to fly up there with the bat. The Grey Apes to fight. here. Climb up this way. Rest right there. Keep going. See some wooden stairs up here. Be ready for a fight. There's an Imp King in here. Some regular Imps. Alright, so this is Liu Fei's quarters, and we're looking for 5 notes. So there's one over here on this shelf thing, at the bottom. There's one over here by the books. There's one over here on the alchemy bench. There's one over here on the thaumaturgy bench. And there's one over here on this table. So let's check out these notes. Okay, there's 4, 2, 1, 5, 3. Okay, so let's look at one. They're pretty long, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. But you'll see a lot of information. Second one, but read that if you want. And you'll see he's learning one of the syllables here, M-E. And then another syllable, Zaza. And then another syllable, Mal. And then that is everything we need. Okay, so we have the 5 notes. That's what you need. You don't actually have to read them. Okay, so we're at another decision point where our actions will determine one of Liu Fei's perks. So you'll see this book on a pedestal and encased in the sphere. If we interact with the book, he will get the perk Regenerative Stasis. Liu Fei may become encased in a bubble that heals him. If we don't interact with the book, he will get Phantasmal Simulacrum, where Liu Fei will use the Mirror Mask sorcery spell, which creates a copy of himself that will aggro enemies. And that's the one I'm going to go for, so I am not going to interact with the book. So let's get back to Liu Fei. Alright, coming up on Liu Fei with the notes.
Did you consult my research and discover the beast's true name?
The experiments got loose and destroyed much of your research, but I learned the name. Mesomalek.
Experiments? I scoured the breadth of hell to collect those troublesome imps. They were to serve as ritual vessels to imprison the beast within. It is very well you learn the name, but we require one of those imps to perform the ritual.
These imps must be halfway back to the 9 hells by now.
Leave it to me. You have your own part to play in a dangerous gambit.
What do you need me to do?
Before the demon calls to you tomorrow, you must find some Black Lotus.
I will procure the Black Lotus. What then?
Then, when the demon summons you, answer its call. And when the beast bids you place out the devil's bone meal, burn the Black Lotus instead. At that point, my imp will enter the circle, and we will bind the beast within its form. That is it. We are done for today. Be well rested for tomorrow. you can be certain the demon will be.
That's a crazy and desperate sounding scheme, and I'm not sure I believe any of it.
If delivering the beast's true name does not convince you of my intentions, then I fear nothing will. But know that your misgivings damn me to this mental prison.
Alright, so that is the start of the next time gate. If you want, you can go ahead and get the Black Lotus, which you actually don't have to get, and I'll explain that in a little bit, but if you do want to get the Black Lotus, and I do recommend you have it, go over to the Black Garden, over near where we were at Liu Fei's quarters. You will need a sandstorm mask or something. It is toxic in there. So yeah, I'm going to wait out the 8 hours, and I'll see you then. Okay, it is the start of day 5, and again, I could not find Liu Fei at my base, so I'm back at the Yothga plant to continue. And before you talk to him, if you're not in the jungle, be ready to rush over to the jungle, because he's going to give you some bone meal that only lasts for 40 minutes.
It is time.
The time of my deliverance is at hand. Exile, take out the devil's bone meal and place it atop the chalk circle. Perform the ritual with it, and I shall be free. But take warning, Exile. It is said the roots of the Yothga plant stretch all the way back to hell. There is a slight chance some of the foul denizens of that hateful realm take note of our ritual and attempt to join in.
What do you mean by a slight chance?
They will come, and they will try to slay you. Be prepared for the onslaught.
Okay, so we have Bone Mill or Black Lotus to start a ritual at this Circle of Power. The blue Liu Fei wants us to use the Black Lotus, and the red Liu Fei wants us to use the Bone Mill. If we do use the Lotus, we'll get the perk, or Liu Fei will get the perk Eternal Servitude. He summons an imp during combat. If we use the Bone Mill, he'll get Demoniac Presence. Liu Fei emits a toxic cloud. I'm going to go for Eternal Servitude because I want him to be able to summon the imp, so I'm going to use the Black Lotus. And like you said, be ready for a fight. It's not too difficult, but you will get a few waves of demons. The Black Lotus.
Deceit is revealed, Mesomelik. And with that, your doom is sealed.
So I guess Liu Fei is telling the truth. And there's Liu Fei. He should be our companion now.
Thank you,
Almost.
Exile. It is done. The demon is bound within the imp, and subject to my holding enchantments. It will bother us no more. What now? My work here is done.
would see this strange place you call the Exiled Lands. That is, if you have room for a traveling companion.
I could use a Master of the Five Storms. Let's go. There he is, Liu Fei as a follower. Let's check his stats. So he does come with this special effect where he can follow you even if you're at your follower limit back to your base. Starts with a whopping 35 strength, which is nice, with an 82% growth chance. He is level 5 to start. His vitality is not great. He has 2282. Freya, we got the perk that adds plus 15 vitality. She came out with 3300. So we got the Phantasmal Simulacrum. Liu Fei's secret technique was not recovered along with his research. Liu Fei projects a mirror mark to distract enemies. Eternal Servitude. The Yothga plant ritual was interrupted. A spirit has been trapped inside a foul imp, which Liu Fei may now summon for aid in combat. And Corrupting Curse. Sorcery went unused after delivering sacrificial blood. Liu Fei's attacks may curse enemies, weakening them, dealing damage over time, and draining corruption from nearby enemies. So that is our Liu Fei. Not a great vitality growth chance, but that's okay. He actually, when he first came out in the beta, it looks like he was super OP. His damage modifier was like slightly higher than Berserker's for his melee multiplier. His range multiplier was like above 3, so it was crazy high. But the most recent info I've seen is that his melee multiplier is 1.7 and his range damage multiplier is 1.6. So that makes him comparable to a Relic Hunter Treasure Seeker, but you know, he's got his cool perks. And while he is a wizard, we're still going to use him as a fighter and give him a nice strength weapon. So let me get back to base with him. Alright, I'm back to base with Liu Fei. And another thing, he does come with armor. So he comes with this non-epic version of the Catan Imperial Wizard's robe and skirt. He also comes with some Aquilonian sandals, epic, which aren't great, but the wizard's robes add concussive damage, so they're not great for a thrall. There's also you get a recipe for that, plus the epic version for those two pieces. While I will use them as illusionary skins, I am going to put strength armor on him and give him a nice legendary strength weapon. So that will do it for today. If you want to get another Liu Fei, if you wait an hour, you can go back to the Yothga plant and start again to get another one, and you can do the perk choices differently. But thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and have a good day.